don't think I have to convince anyone in this room that society benefits from women leaders at every level. Countries with more women in leadership are more equal and more prosperous. They also have lower levels of corruption and more consistent delivery of public services. I think it's important that we recognize women's leadership in this way and hold it up as the Institute is doing here today. Because in my experience, whether it was the peace process in Northern Ireland, or the mediation between rival factions in Colombia, or negotiating ceasefires in places like South Sudan, or even right here in the US as we seek to end cycles of hatred and violence, when women have a seat at the table, they can be very helpful advocates for de-escalating conflict and finding solutions. That's why the work of two organizations we honor today with the Peace Builder Award and the two women here to represent them is so critically important. Women of the Sun is a Palestinian women's organization dedicated to increasing women's participation in Palestinian leadership, empowering women economically and politically, and ending the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Women Wage Peace is the largest grassroots peace movement in Israel, working to promote a nonviolent, respectful, and mutually accepted solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict with the active participation of women through all stages of negotiations. I had the honor of meeting with both organizations virtually in June and then seeing them at the Clinton Global Initiative last week in New York. I am inspired by their courage, their empathy, and their determination to end the conflict. Together, Women of the Sun and Women Wage Peace have issued what they call a mother's call that recognizes the unique perspectives that women bring to the peace process. This mobilizes the uniting force of mothers who want safety, peace, and freedom for their children and every generation to come. I was proud to sign my name to the pledge in which the women of these two organizations affirm, across their differences, that we join hands in determination and partnership to bring hope back to our peoples. Their members are women in conflict zones who have lost children, parents, and loved ones. But instead of being embittered and turning to rancor and despair, they are working for peace. And we owe it to them and the loved ones they honor with their work to do the same. You know, there's a saying that hope is a muscle. It's not an abstract idea. It's what we have to do day after day, year after year, to make the world we want to leave to our children and grandchildren. And these two organizations and the women who are their members remind us that we can never, ever give up on the possibility of peace. Because the future we want for our daughters and our sons is only possible with the full participation of women in society, in government, in politics, and yes, in peace processes. So I want to congratulate all of this year's awardees. I want to thank them for their courage, their determination, their inspiration, for what they have done and continue to do every single day to help us continue to have that hope for a better future. So for me, coming here this year is a particular boost of hope and inspiration and energy to keep doing whatever I can, and I invite all of you to do the same, to follow the example of these extraordinary women, to show leadership of empathy, to show leadership that wants results, not just rhetoric and posturing, to work for the hardest kinds of resolutions of conflicts, to stand against aggression, to help us have that more peaceful and hopeful world. Thank you all very much.